Hey friends, it's Kelsey here with another People of the Bible video. Before we get started today, I just want to remind everybody that this series is so about learning and growing in our faith and doing it in a fun, creative way. So you're not trying to copy me, you're not trying to do exactly what I'm doing, you're using the supplies that you have and the gifts and creativity that you've been given, because we're all creative, and you're learning and growing alongside of me. So with that being said, we're going to learn about Abraham today, and I'm super excited. So let's go. Today's story starts in Genesis chapter 15 and goes like this. One day, God said to a man named Abraham, "It's time for you to leave your home and your family and go to a new land. In this land, I will give you many things and make sure people know all about you. I will be kind to those who are kind to you, and to the ones who are unkind, I will be unkind. Because of you, all the families of the earth will be blessed." Abraham was 75 years old and had a long white beard, but he didn't let his age stop him. On this trip, Abraham took his wife, Sarah, and his nephew, Lot. They walked many miles leading to the new land. It was a hot and dusty trip, but Abraham knew that where God was leading them would be a beautiful place. The trip was long and hard because they had to carry all their pots and pans and dishes and clothing with them. "I'm hot," said Sarah as her face grew red. "My feet are getting tired," sighed Abraham. When they finally got to the land of Canaan, Abraham stopped by a tall, shady oak tree. It felt good to get out of the blazing sun. God came to him there in the cool of the shade and said, "I have a surprise for you. I promise to give you this land to your family forever." Abraham, Sarah, and Lot were so thankful to God for this wonderful gift that they jumped and danced and hugged and shouted. To God, they were so grateful. Abraham decided to build 2 altars to honor God. He would build one altar out of large, smooth stones by the tree, and the other altar out of pieces of wood by his tent in the hills. God came to Abraham and made him a promise. "Abraham, you are very special to me. I will take care of you and give you lots of children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren." But Abraham asked God many times, "Are you sure? I don't have any children yet." God thought Abraham needed something to help him understand. So God took Abraham outside and showed him the night sky. "Your family will include as many people as there are stars in the sky." Abraham stared at all those stars. He couldn't begin to count all the twinkling lights. There were stars and stars and stars and more stars all around him. Abraham looked up at the stars and saw God at work. Abraham believed God. Now, for another promise, God said to Abraham, "You will need a place for your huge family to live. I will give you a land as I promised." "Are you sure, God?" Abraham asked again. God made a covenant with Abraham, a promise that Abraham would be the father and grandfather and great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather and great-great-great-great-grandfather, and on and on and on. And all of Abraham's many sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters would live with God in the land on which Abraham